outside today. I hope you took advantage because it was beautiful. And when it's beautiful in the city, you know it's probably beautiful elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it was just clear skies, not a lot of wind.
And believe it or not, we're in the midst of the same weather pattern that's baking the middle of the country. We're just on the other side of that coin. While they're getting the unusually hot weather, we're getting unusually cool weather even as we approach the summer solstice tomorrow. Let's start with that. Of course, everybody learns in elementary school that the seasons happen because the Earth is tilted on its axis. We're going to zoom out, hopefully wider, to a camera shot so our graphics will work here and talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. The seasons happen because the Earth is tilted on its axis, 23.5 degrees. That's what people learn in elementary school, but I think that's kind of where it stops. People think that the Earth kind of wobbles back and forth with that 23.5 degree tilt, but instead it just stays stationary. The only reason we have seasons is because we orbit around the sun. So it stays at that 23.5 degree tilt. Tomorrow we get to the summer solstice, which means that the sun's rays are going to vertically hit the Tropic of Cancer, which is the northern edge of where that is possible. This is going to occur at 7:58 tomorrow morning. So it's the longest daylight hours in the northern hemisphere and the shortest daylight hours in the southern hemisphere. As we approach the first day of winter, we're actually going to lose about 5 hours and 13 minutes of daylight over the next 6 months or so. So the amount of daylight tomorrow across the entire planet, Arctic Circle, full sunshine, 24 hours of it. The Antarctic Circle, 0 sunshine. Again, flip everything around for the first day of winter, which occurs in about 6 months or so. Now, it's not really going to feel all that much like the first day of summer tomorrow, even though tomorrow's temperatures are the warmest that we have in the entire 7-day forecast. Cooler than normal temperatures sticking around for a while. There's a storm system to our north. That's going to break into a couple different pieces, and one chunk of that is going to set up camp just off the coast and keep our temperatures below average for the next several days, even to result in the return of a deeper marine layer and some coastal drizzle. The winds, not as strong as they were yesterday. Sustained winds right now, 20 miles an hour in Oakland, 28 miles an hour at SFO, which is always one of the windiest spots. But those inland winds, more in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range, and just a few spots recording some higher gusts, including almost 40 miles an hour in Oakland. So a little bumpy climbing into and climbing down out of, or toward the Oakland airport. Same thing always at SFO, but at least those winds have backed away from the blustery conditions that we had the past couple of days. Along the coast, you're going to see a little fog. Otherwise, we're not going to see that returning to inland parts of the Bay Area until tomorrow night into early Thursday. Same thing Thursday night into early Friday. A big push inland of that marine layer and even a little bit of green showing up, indicating that potential for some coastal drizzle the next couple of nights, but still not tonight. Right now, seeing plenty of sunshine, blue skies from the Mark Hopkins Hotel. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 60s around the bay, low to mid 70s inland. If you're heading out to the Giants game as they try to keep the winning streak going, temperatures are going to be actually just fine out there. We're a few degrees warmer than we were at this point yesterday. Temperatures are going to steadily coast down through the low 60s and eventually into the upper 50s as we head through the rest of this evening. Hopefully the cool weather will bother the Padres and not the Giants. Temperatures tonight dropping down to the upper 40s and low 50s. That's a little cool for this time of year. First morning of summer will feel still like the continuation of spring. Wednesday's high temperatures across the board are going to be below normal. It's just a matter of how far below normal. About 3 to 7 degrees below average. Upper 50s along the coast, but mid to upper 60s around the bay with a mix of mid to upper 70s and a couple of low 80s farther inland. 82 degrees around Fairfield, also near 82 degrees near Antioch and Brentwood. Long range, that's when things are going to shift. The 6 to 10 day outlook keeps us in this below normal temperature pattern through the end of June. But then as we look farther down the line into early July, the 8 to 14 day outlook takes us all the way through the 4th of July. There's a weak signal towards above normal temperatures. So it might actually feel like summertime by the time the 4th of July rolls around. It's only a couple weeks away. In the short term, though, the 7-day forecast has a lot of below normal temperatures, low to mid 60s in San Francisco, mid to upper 60s for Oakland. Varying amounts of cloud cover depending on the position of that little storm system it's going to set up off the coast. Cool in the North Bay, upper 60s and low 70s for the most part. Not much warmer than that in the Santa Clara Valley, low to mid 70s when you're supposed to be around 80 degrees. Temperatures inland in the East Bay running below normal. A pleasantly cool weekend in store, except along the coast. Temperatures in the upper 50s, and the June gloom will still be in full effect.
I know it.
Can you tell which of us lives near the coast?
Well, I just got so excited today because I actually saw blue skies.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
And the sun's out until 8:30, so you still got a few hours afterwards.
I can confirm that Liz came back from lunch with a huge smile on her
I know. I
face.
never get days like this in June in the city. It's like a unicorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Unicorn.
So I hope you enjoyed
Don't get used to it, Liz.
Exactly.
Hope you liked it. Thank you, Paul.
You're
All right,
welcome.
still ahead.